Hello Libra, thank you for joining me for the November of 2021 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. I've been doing professional psychic work for over 30 years. I create books and decks and other things, and we're going to use one of my decks today, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, as the main portion of the reading. Then we're going to pull a card from another one of my decks, the Animal Oracle cards, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, to get your Animal Totem card for the month. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, we are going to pull 4 additional cards from the Hobbit Tarot. Alright, so I have released, I wanted to just do, because I'm going to do a different kind of reading than I normally do for my regular, for those of you who are regular viewers. Because I just released I've been doing the year ahead readings, the personal year ahead readings, which are really popular. And I thought, well, I would do a shorter, a more general version, just in the same format that I do the the regular year aheads for people, the personal year aheads. And then I realized, it's just kind of to show you the format, the astrology and then the 4 quarters of the year and everything. Then I realized all these years of doing, I was the original tarot reader on YouTube, and I've never done on YouTube the format that I actually do in personal readings. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I may continue to do it this way. What I do is a Celtic cross, and then I keep laying out till I find you, and I see what the cards that surround you are, and that kind of talks about the vibration and energy that's around you. I've never seen another reader do this part, the part where I find you in the spread, so let's see how quickly, you know how it is on YouTube, there's a lot of copycats, but whatever, it's all good. If it's out there, and so be it. So let's go ahead and get our Libra Sun, Rising, and Moon, or anybody with predominant Libra stuff in their chart, and let's get your reading started for Libra. I'm also going to be putting all the cards in the upright position, because I know that's less restricted for me as well. Okay? Queen of Cups, Star. Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, the Fool. Wish card, nice. Queen of Swords. Now, this would be you, but I'm going to go, we're going to find the King of Swords then for the rest of the reading. Okay, so this is you, but look at all these, I mean, it's usually, and it's true, this is not gender specific, but if I were doing a personal reading, I'd say, who are all these women? And you've got the 3 of Cups over here, and then you've got the 3 women showing up here. But I want to say it's like your crew. This is your crew, this is your people, this is your tribe. There's going to be something going on here between the 3, at least 3 or more people. It does not necessarily have to be female, because this is a general reading. But there's a lot of there's friendships are very strong at this time, and we're going to be having some good times together, and we're going to be having some fun, and there's some major positive vibes. The Witch card did pop out right away, so that says your wish is coming true. So if you had a specific thing in mind, a specific question, or when you clicked on this video, you're going to get a big yes on that answer. So we've got a water sign person, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We've got an earth sign person, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, and then we've got the air sign person, the Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but really that's probably you and 2 other people. So there's a triumphant, right? That's what I'm hearing, something about a triumphant, or there's a group of 3 that's going to be very powerful going forward. You have the Star card showing up over here, and that's really beautiful energy. Whatever this coming together of this group of people, there's higher spiritual blessings and stuff involved. This is kind of a destined thing or a higher force thing. For a lot of you, this might be some kind of a business. You've got the 9 of Pentacles here, and often that is somebody starting their own business, or maybe it's right next to you, it's right above you, or maybe that's the goal. But if you're trying to do it on your own, this could say maybe you need some help. You might need some help for people coming in. The Fool is up here too. The Fool is all about you going down new paths, new trails, going in new directions, not carrying the baggage from the past, being open to what's coming next, and being, free-spirited. There's going to be an eclipse this month. We're heading into the eclipse season as we move into the end of the month and into next month of December. There's going to be an eclipse on the 19th at 27 degrees of Taurus. We do have this earth sign lady here, but I hadn't brought this up in other readings, but that 27 degrees of Taurus, it's almost a 29 degree Taurus. And that 29 degree Taurus is, I forget what, it's not a Sabian symbol, it's something, but it means losing your head. I always remember that. And people, in the old times, a lot of people who had a planet set at 29 Taurus or thereabouts, would end up, off with their head, really losing their head for real. But in the modern day, it's more like, don't lose your head, don't go overboard. Keep your cool, and that shows up in I was going to say the Empress, but it's actually the Hermit. That's so different than the Hermit here. I wanted to say it again. Yeah, but the Hermit is like, keep your cool, step back from the situation. Star and Spirit is working on your behalf, let things happen, and there does look like there's going to be news in air coming. Now, we don't have any big air sign stuff coming up. We just came out of, in October, out of your Libra energy. So it might be, an air sign moon. I don't have an ephemeris in front of me that shows the moons. But it could be an air sign moon. But at any rate, news is coming, and it's a wish come true. And there's going to be other people involved, at least 3. It feels like it's a tight-knit, they're saying a tight-knit group of 3. Okay, so now if I were doing this for real, we're going to look for the King of Swords. If I were doing this as a personal reading, this is how I do it. And we're going to look for the King of Swords, and then we're going to find out what cards are surrounding the King of Swords. See, I was talking about the Empress. Look at that. And that was the next card out. Oh, sorry about that. We're not going to read every single card. We're just going to go to find you. Okay, so you don't have to leave comments like, well, what does that card mean? Because we're not looking at every single card. I mean, I might, if the card grabs me, I might mention it. But how I do it is I find you in the spread. So we're looking for the King of Swords, since the Queen always showed out. No, if I were doing it for you personally, it would be, if you were female, I would be looking for the Queen of Swords. But for these, I'm just going to do the first King or Queen of your element that shows out. Your significator is what it really ends up being. It's called your significator, or in other words, the card that represents you. But we're getting pretty far into it here, and no King of Swords yet. I'm going to have to start another row up here. Okay. There's the Knight of Swords, but we're looking for the King of Swords. Boy, I'm almost out of the cards here. Where are you? King of Swords, where are you? Oh my God, did I miss him? Oh, almost the very last card out. Look at that. Bam, finally he shows up. Okay, so this represents you. It's funny that it was the very last card out. So this, sometimes when we're laying out cards and nothing's showing up, it's talking about maybe it's a little ways off, or maybe what you're wishing for, what you're shooting for here, it might not be exactly this month. You got a glare. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I'll lift it up and show it to you. It may be beyond this month when these things start popping in. You know what I was thinking about, as we move into Sag in December, there's going to be some sort of air sign moon. So we might be looking more into the December months. So here you are, and somebody's seeking you out. We've got this Knight of Cups is seeking you out. And I feel like, for some of you it might be some kind of love thing, because above, in the row above, we do have the Ace of Cups. But I feel for a lot of you, like this is somebody who's seeking you out for your skills, talents, and knowledge. Knowledge comes through big time. Like they want to bring you on board because you're so good at what you do, or you have so much experience or knowledge. And, it's an honor, because the Six of Rods is here. It's talking about this is an honor for you that this person is, or they really respect you. What I'm hearing is your reputation precedes you. And in the best possible way, they know, like, we're going to go get that Libra, because the Libra, they've already done this, or they have a lot of knowledge, or they bring a lot to the table. You have strength and have patience. So I feel like for some of you, this one might be getting on your nerves, because they're definitely like younger or have a younger energy, and they might kind of even just be getting on your nerves. It's just like, have strength and have patience, because this could really turn into something, because you do have the world above it. So, the world is big time, way more than you thought. I think this young energy, they also bring something to the table. Maybe if you're not so great at the latest social media, they might know every single thing, the latest thing that's coming out, Stitch and this and that, all the different, because it's like every week there's some new thing, and the younger people are hip on that, they're in on it right away. They find it before some of us older people do. they're definitely looking over your work. He wants to be your apprentice. He or she wants to be your apprentice. But again, I feel like they could learn a lot from you, but it's not like you're giving trade secrets away or giving your power away to them. I think they bring a lot to the table as well. And then you do have the Ace of Cups, so this is something, whether it's a love relationship or whatever the case may be, it's going to be something pleasant and enjoyable for you. There could be some big changes coming up around that eclipse moon, which is going to be true for everybody. I think you're going to be able to really move on and release during that time frame. Okay, now let's go ahead and get your animal totem. As I did mention, I am open for the year ahead, and I also did put together 12 videos in the format of the personal year ahead reading that are available for pay-per-view for $5 and some change if you just kind of want to, well, if you want to just get a general outlook of the year to come, or if you just want to see kind of my format that I use in the personal year ahead readings. Those are my most popular readings ever. I've been really busy, and I want to thank everybody who's been ordering. And we're spreading it out a little bit this year, so I'm not completely overwhelmed in December. All right, so let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Libra friends. You can only get the year ahead until the end of the year, so if you want to get it now. The Raven. The Raven is all about communication, talking. It's messengers, you know, they're definitely messengers, and they relay messages. And it also, well, it ties back to a lot of traditions, the Native American, but right away what I always think of the ravens is in the Viking or Celtic tradition, Druids, things like that. So you may have some, there may be some of that vibe going on for some of you, you know, either through a past life or through this past life with this person or something along those lines. Okay, let's see here. Magic, myth, legend, and lore. The Raven is calling you to awaken to the mystery and enchantment. It's time to shapeshift your life into what you want it to be. Yes, I like that. But there's going to, even, you know, at the very beginning, we had all those queens and the Three of Cups together, and then when you finally showed up, you've got this Knight of Cups next to you. It's going to involve other people, Libra. But I feel like, you know, you're fine with that, because Libra, you're all about, you know, you're social, you're all about partnerships. So that's, you know, that's not a bad thing for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the, for our Patreon peeps, we're going to put some clarifiers around here, 4 clarifiers. If you're interested in finding out about that, you can check the link below. Again, I also have the year aheads, all these different things. Let me know in the comments if you like this version better than just laying out the stacks of cards. This is the way I've done this for decades. I always find you in the spread, and I've never seen another reader do it, so let's see what happens with YouTube. I want to make a quick announcement with the holiday season, too, coming up. We're all worried about, people are worried about the ships are off on the bay and they can't get in and whatever. Well, what about the independent creators? I mean, not only for me, there's many independent creators. You can check Etsy and the different sites or other artists on YouTube. And I have these beautiful journals for less than $10 that make a beautiful gift. So if you're starting your holiday shopping, maybe try to keep us independent creators in mind. I have decks and books and t-shirts and all sorts of stuff. That way it's not going to a big corporation that doesn't pay taxes. It's going right into help independent creators keep going. And I want to thank everybody who does support me in those ways and supports me in the ways of YouTube that cost nothing by subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting and all the things that you do. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Don't forget about that eclipse for releasing on the 19th, and we'll talk again soon. Till then, bye.